All right, let me say hello and welcome everyone. It is Doug here with Trade with Doug, and welcome to another edition of Stock Market Mutterings, where my promise and guarantee to you has always been I will take a grope in the murkiness. I will try to make some sense out of the stock market for you, and I hope whatever we discuss today puts a little bit of money in your pocket. As always, if you guys need help with your personal trading, down in the description box will be a series of links, and those links are: number one, the free DVD. Learn from my 25 years of trading experience in that free DVD about the do's, the don'ts, strategies, and everything in between. So check that out. For those of you who would like to trade alongside me, you can do so in the private community. That's the second link that you will find, where you will trade with me in a similar scenario like this, a screen share format, video format, and audio format. And for those of you that would like to check out the Checkmark course, you can do so with the Inner Circle, where you can trade with me for life in my private community, as well as learn the full Checkmark trading strategy. So now, as we start today, I want to go back and talk about some of the things that we were discussing last week. I gave you a few stocks in some specific videos, and the stock of the week that I had, the first one was Fubo. And we've now seen this resurgence of former momentum stocks. We talked about it. We had a lot of these parabolic, let's just call them insane runs in some of these things. You saw it here in Fubo. You saw it in stocks like FUV. I'm certainly leaving some out. You've seen it in things like PLTR. You had this enormous run up in these momentum stocks during the month of February into March, and many of these things, just like this PLTR here on the screen, corrected significantly. Some of these down 50, 60% or more, and we've seen some life come back into them, especially here. Let me look at this PLTR. You've seen Fubo that I just had here on the screen. You've seen a nice little breakout in FUB. So money is now flowing back into these names, and as we start to go through this week, I want to watch some of these that haven't gone yet. So I kind of did a little bit of research here, if that's what you want to call it, where I'm looking for a few of these stocks. Some I've mentioned before because they have not gone yet. I'm not perfect, obviously. But here are a few that I want to talk about that I think could run this week, that I definitely want to begin my week looking out. And first of this is Vuzi. I've already done a video on this. I've done quite a few videos on this one. It hasn't quite come up out of the range here. Now, I did a specific video here on YouTube for that one after we got this nice little pop right here. The last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, kind of giving you some, let's call these little doji prints right here, consolidating the gains at the bottom here. What I would like to see, I mean, everybody's different. I know there's going to be bag holders and lovers of every one of these stocks, and you can't find any more cult trading than some of these cheaper stocks and stuff like that. But look, I'm just a trader. I'm just here for the money, trying to get what I can get and trying to take advantage of moves when they happen. I don't want to be in these stocks when they're dead and doing nothing. I especially don't want to be in them while they're declining and making up excuses along the way on why I should hold. That's not my game. So that's not investing here. This is trading. So I would like to see, you're going to notice a little bit, let me open this up so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. You can see there's a couple of tall wicks right here. I'm going to lay this right on top of that. That's roughly 1815. So when stocks go down like this and build a base, what I want to see from them, every trader is different, but what I like to do is see a break through that upper area. So I would say 1815 push on Vuzi would be a good trade for you traders out there. You could stop either just right under these two candles, which is Friday or Thursday's low. If you want to give up a little bit more, just roughly under 16. Target will be $20 on the first round up into this area of resistance. And then maybe you can get back up in here to 26s. The thing about these stocks is you never know what they're going to give you to the upside. Maybe they end up going parabolic again. That's what's the attraction to these. Once a para, they say, always a para. So when that momentum comes back around, it's not unlikely to see these things get out of control. So maybe we enter that realm here throughout the early parts of summers, especially throughout the 4th of July, where many of these things could go parabolic. So let's watch this one here. It's not ready right now. So Vuzi, though, I do like. A couple more here I want to take a look at is Skills to Pay the Bills, SKLZ. I think I'm doing that one. Yes, here is another one here. Formerly 46, you see this run. All these are going to look the same. They're all going to have these parabolic peaks practically, followed by these longer term downtrends. And now we're looking to possibly recapture another up leg in these. This one really gave it back. It goes all the way to, it comes all the way from 15 to 46, then back to 46 down to into that area again. So that's pretty nasty. But since then, it's been doing a pretty good job of building some structure. We talked about with PLTR, we talked about Fubo, how it's building structure where it's making a series of higher lows and it's getting bought back up on the dips. This one here needs a little work too. The same scenario that you have with Vuzi, I want to see it take out this top area. Actually, for me, would either be Friday's highs of 2077 or Thursday's highs of 2106. I would like to see another press through here. Stop could be this 200-day moving average of 1970, although I think I would use 18 bucks here as my stop. So watch Skills. Bison. Now Bison's going to look a little bit different here. It's got a little bit more structure, I like to say, in my opinion, where you have had a series of resistances. Actually, you can go back longer than this. This lasted through the entire month of May, but that's also back here into March. So when you're dealing with this resistance where it's trading at or very close to now, remember the theory for all you new technical analysis newbies out there. The further you go back in time, the more important the levels that you're looking at. So when you're wanting to know why things break out, why things go parabolic, these inflection points, normally these events happen around multi-time frames lining up throughout, different time frames like daily charts, monthly charts, weekly charts, intraday charts, but it's also breaking either support from a long period of time or breaking resistances. So you obviously have some significant resistance, let's say roughly in the mid 37s to low 38s right here. That's also right now the 200-day moving average. I think if you can get a push through that, you may see a parabolic move, very similar to what you saw before. Now, probably not quite this much in size, but you should get a nice consistent run up that puts you up somewhere towards the 47 range. What I don't like about a chart like this, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, is I would have liked to have been in it right off of this triple bottom. You see you got a little buying right here, and a little dip right buying right here, and right here in this area. I would have liked to have been in on this candle, which is about 34 bucks. So it would be a little bit of a chase here, but I want to watch it anyway because, you don't always get the perfect entry on everything you're doing. But let's watch this thing. Maybe it can give you 1 or 2 days of sideways trading and then a press. But if it does move above this 200-day moving average, I would probably be compelled to take this one here anyway. So that's Bison. Another one to watch, JIMA. Boy, I'm bringing out the trash here. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone. Bringing out the trash here. Another one, here you go, 69.89 down to 29 bucks. You just got to get a good move over 30.67. Most of you should already pick up on this quickly. Real straightforward trading setups here. Breaking either Thursday, Friday's highs. 30.67 stop can be under the nearest pivot to recent areas of support, which is 25.66 for you risk control traders. For those that want to let the reins a little bit, you can drop it down under a longer term. I wouldn't go that far. And the reason I wouldn't go that far on these is because this is their opportunity. There's interest in these momentum stocks. There's money pouring back into these momentum stocks. So when they have these good setup guys, this is something you need to understand about technical analysis. If your technical analysis is right and you're following the right momentum, that when you get into one of these trades, it should work out for you in a certain period of time. If it doesn't work out in a certain period of time, it's just not ready. That's all there is to it. And if you stay in those trades and you make excuses for those trades, they often come back to bite you. So if any of these break those ranges, that should be the green light for them to start moving up. It should start to attract momentum traders and algorithms of the like. And if it doesn't, it just does not do it. That's all it is. I mean, we saw Vuzi do that. It just isn't ready to make that expansion move. So we're going to watch these. Just remember that. So if they go, I wouldn't give up big amounts of money. Keep your stops tight, because if they don't run, they're just not going to do it. Some will just be left behind. And the other one is Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish. This one here looking pretty good. I don't like Friday's action. Got to be honest with everyone. I think you had an opportunity here if you look real close. You had a chance right here on Friday. You broke. It's really minuscule, but you see you broke above that breakout zone. This should have held up a little bit more. You can see it gave up quite a bit before the day was over. By the way, I'm looking at a daily chart, guys. It should have held a little bit more. I'll see what this does, but now I need a move above here to kind of confirm this. So when you're looking at these also, once they make that break, what you don't want to see is it to give everything back in the middle of the afternoon. And sometimes we've seen that with skills, and you saw this with Wish. Now, sometimes it's just a one-off day and it's nothing to be alarmed about. But for the momentum traders out there, the short-term traders, those are that on the alpha hunt that are trying to do this for the living or trying to maximize it, you need to be in the best opportunities every day, because all you guys have, just like me, is a certain amount of money, and you have that exposed to the market and you're trying to generate serious returns on that. If that's your strategy and MO, then this is the way that you need to do it. You need to be looking for things that are ready to explode, and you don't have time for, let's say, bullshit, right? So I don't like stocks giving back their gains, but the chart still looks like it's ready. You never know. If you can come back here, it's not the cleanest looking one, so maybe it's ready. So in a quick review here, Vuzi, Skills, Bizun, JMI, and Wish. Let's watch these things. Let's see how the week plays out with them. And that's all I have for you guys here today. It has been an incredible week last week of trading. Many of these things worked out real well. The Fubos worked out real well. Positions in FUV worked out real well. Cliff CLF was another one that you can put there on the list too. So I want to continue to watch these former Momo stocks. I'm not saying that any of these are going to go back to their all-time highs or we're going to live that glory time of February, but some of these, they can make us a little bit of money, maybe 15, 20% in a day. Who knows? So guys, as always, if you need help, go down in the description box. You'll see it. Reach out to me. Even if you just have any questions and you want to ask me something about trading, feel free to reach out to me at my email address, which is also down there. Take care. Trade well. I will talk to you guys soon. See you.